just quickly to talk about happiness and a statement that up until about an hour ago really bugged me and worked me up every time I heard it. So the first time I heard it was with Will Smith. He was talking about his relationship. And he said that he is not responsible for his partner's happiness. And that made me so angry and so frustrated and so hurt because I knew lots of people would use that as leverage. So I ignored it for the first while. I didn't want to address it and why it made me so worked up. So I was like, wow, that's really shitty. Didn't address it. A couple months go by, and then my partner says to me when we're in a fight, I'm not responsible for your happiness. And it made me really hurt again and really frustrated and really angry. And then I didn't know how to articulate myself or to how to feel about it, like why I was so angry and devastated. But all I knew was that people are responsible for others' feelings. People are responsible to an extent. And I was trying to say that, and I kept trying to say it and trying to fight to prove my point. And it was just coming across as, you need to make me happy. And that's not what I mean by that. What I mean by that is, and now that what I finally understand and put into words, it took me a couple months to articulate how I really felt about the statement. So now what I think is, no one is responsible for your happiness. That's true. That part is very true. But when you make that statement, you are only manipulating and hurting someone and being toxic towards them if you don't add the fact that you are responsible for respecting their happiness and contributing to it, or not. No one's happiness is your responsibility, but the way you respect people's happiness and contribute to it is your responsibility. And so with that, I was like angry and hurt because it feels like a lot of people just say the first part and then they dismiss people's feelings because they feel like they're not responsible for them. And it's true that you're not responsible for people's feelings, but if they make the choice to be happy in a choice that they made to be with you or to do something that they love, you are responsible for respecting that choice and respecting the fact that it makes them happy. And you're responsible for how you contribute to that. And if you were to go to someone and judge their happiness, I could take my sons, for example. I'm a young mom, so that's my happiness. I made a happy choice to keep my children and to raise them. But when people say, oh, you're young, or oh, you shouldn't have had kids when you were young, or isn't that going to affect your education, or blah, 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 blah. It doesn't take away my happiness, but it hinders the way I view you and how I defend my happiness. So now I'm on the defense with my own happiness, and then it makes me seem like I'm asking you to be responsible for making me happy. And I'm not. I'm happy in those decisions. But I'm asking you to be responsible and respectful in how you react to that. If you're not going to contribute to my happiness in a proper way and encourage my happiness and my choices, then understand that you're hurting my happiness and that you have no place in my life. So I guess where I wanted to come full circle with this is that if you're a young girl and your partner tells you that they're not responsible for your happiness because they set you up in a way that made you feel not worthy, or like your choices weren't proper, it's not that you are asking them to be responsible for your happiness. You are just demanding them respect your happiness, and it's a difference. And your happiness is still there and you are still in control of it. But you are only human, and the way people react to your happiness and the way you have to defend it will affect you. If you have to defend your happiness everywhere you go, you are going to seem like you are a very unhappy person. And that's not true. You are a happy person. You're just a strong person who chooses to defend their happiness instead of letting people take it away from you and change for them. because they don't understand. So I hope you feel empowered, and I hope that this helps you understand that quote faster than I had to, because it bugged me for a really long time and it took me a couple months to come to this conclusion. So I hope I sped up that process for you, and to understand that you could be happy with all your decisions and still defend them, and will have to defend them and justify them to other people, and it's okay. It's okay to feel like people aren't contributing to your happiness, and to put that blame on them, to tell them that they're wrong for making you defend something that you feel is right, because it is wrong, and people are responsible for how they respect you and how they cherish you, and how they view your happiness. If they don't want to view your happiness the way they do, they have a choice to walk away and just respect you and allow you to be happy instead of saying negative things.